What up mga solid subscribers, no? So ngayon guys, ang papanoorin po natin video po ito ni One Down, no? Very big shoutout po kay One Down, no? Kanya po itong video na papanoorin natin, and this video is entitled Can Beanie Break Through the Philippine Bubble, no? So medyo ano to, medyo for me medyo mabigat na tanong to para sa atin, di ba? No? Para sa Beanie, no? So I think wait lang bago ko simulan itong video po na ito guys, no? Meron lang akong favor, no? So a very big shoutout po kay Lopez Auto Works po guys, no? So yan, solid po niya, no? Yung mga services po nila na ino-offer is body repair works, touch panel, wash over, hilamos, mugs and caliper paint undercoating po, no? So yun guys, napaka-solid po niyan guys, no? Sa ngayon naka-promo sila 1,400 po sa per panel po talaga guys, no? Diba? Napaka-solid na nun guys para po sa sa isang repair shop po guys. Napakamura na po nun, no? And isa pa sa gusto ko kasi is napakabilis po nila gumawa, napakagaling nila trumabaho, no? Talagang actually napagawa po ako doon nung mga nakaraan, no? Nung last Tuesday to be exact, no? Napagawa na rin ako sa kanila last Tuesday, kaso biglang nagka-problema naman, no? Meron pong bumangga sa ating e-bike. Actually nakapark na, nahimik lang po yung kotse ko, no? Tapos biglang binangga ng e-bike, no? And then yun, and ayos naman siya kausap, kaya napabalik ulit ako sa Lopez Auto Works, no? So ayun, nagawa nila agad, nabalik nila sa dati, and napakaayos kausap po nung may-ari, no? So ayun guys, punta na po kayo dyan kung meron kayong problema, no, sa and favorite guys, no? Like and pa-follow po na kanilang page, no? And hindi kayo magsisisi, maniwala kayo sa akin. Ang location po nila is sa Las Piñas po, no? I-waste nyo na lang guys, Lopez Auto Works, no? / Ron Lopez lang yata yung pagkakatanda ko, no? So yun, maraming salamat po sa inyo, no? So syempre hindi pa natapos ang ating video, no? Yan lang, very big shoutout po sa Lopez Auto Works, no? So ito guys, ito na, simulan na po natin itong video na to.
Last time an Asian girl group dominated the world, they came from Korea. Could the next one come from the Philippines? Lea Salonga became a Broadway legend, and Sofia La Forteza joined HYBE's global girl group, Cat's Eye. But what about a group that started in the Philippines? Enter Beanie. Dubbed the nation's girl group, Beanie is one of P-pop's fastest rising acts. Their viral hits Pantrapaco and Carrera have gained millions of views, and they became the first P-pop group to chart on Spotify's Global Viral 50. Spotify's head of editorial says, "What works in Manila often influences pop trends in North America." But while they've built a strong fan base at home, could they be the first Filipino girl group to go truly global? Should they follow the K-pop model of aggressive international promotion? Or is there a uniquely Filipino way to make it big? I'm Leo Albea, and this is One Down, where we redefine Filipino.
Hey.
Beanie isn't the first girl group to capture Filipino audiences. Several before them reached mainstream success, but never sustained it past the Philippines bubble. Sex Bomb Girls, the blueprint for local success. From 1999 to 2009, Sex Bomb Girls dominated Philippine entertainment, selling 5 platinum albums, headlining TV shows, and even influencing political campaigns. They were the best-selling girl group in Asia at their peak, proving that an all-Filipino group could achieve massive success. But despite this, they never broke internationally. Lack of global promotion kept them a local phenomenon.
Actually, para for me, naging problema sa Sex Bomb is na-stuck lang po talaga sila sa kumbaga, andun na po sila eh. Although, walang problema dun guys, na nasa isang TV show sila, which is Said Bulaga, no? Pero, alam mo yun, na-stuck na sila ron. Hindi nila sila nag-aim na mag-ano po talaga, no? Basagin yung international world po talaga, no? And international na, tapos world pa, no? Let's go. Hindi, basta hindi nila binasag po talaga yung, global popularity po talaga. Talagang dun, yun na po talagang in-aim po nila. I think ayun yung talagang aim po talaga nila. Wala sila talaga siguro balak talaga na pumasok sa ganong klaseng mundo, no?
Showing the limits of success without industry backing abroad. Pop Girls, a K-pop formula before its time. In 2009, Pop Girls debuted with a K-pop inspired style, years before Korean acts became globally mainstream. With synchronized performances and a future star in Nadine Lustre, they had potential.
Sabi na parang namumukhaan ko si Nadine Lustre pala. So dito pala galing si Nadine Lustre, no?
But their biggest challenge? Too ahead of their time. K-pop itself was still niche outside of Korea, and their concept didn't feel distinct enough to Filipino audiences, making it hard to gain momentum. MNL 48, the challenge of adapting a foreign model. As the sister group of Japan's AKB48, MNL48 had built-in branding, but instead of being an advantage, their J-pop style structure became a limitation. Their songs were mostly direct translation of AKB48 tracks, making it difficult to build a uniquely Filipino identity. While Japan's idol system thrives on a niche fan culture, it didn't translate well in the Philippines. So what's different with...
Kasi sobrang, for me, this is just my own opinion, solid ang MNL48. Kaso sobrang, ano sila, sobrang may kita ko pa rin hanggang ngayon, no? Sa yung influence po talaga ng, ng J-pop po talaga sa kanila. Pero walang masama doon, no? Pero sobrang kita ko pa rin hanggang ngayon talaga influence sa kanila ng J-pop. So ayun lang naman, no? Pero I think they are going good sa P-pop industry po.
BINI, unlike past groups, BINI debuted during the rise of P-pop. A huge reason for this shift was SB19.
Thankful kami na sila talaga nag-start.
Yes.
So, nag-take po talaga sila ng risk na mapakilala yung P-pop.
SB19's breakthrough in 2019 legitimized P-pop as a movement, proving that a Filipino group could achieve international recognition. They became the first Southeast Asian act to enter Billboard's Social 50 and the first P-pop group nominated for the Billboard Music Awards, bringing global attention to the industry. Without SB19 paving the way, BINI and the current wave of P-pop groups might not have had the same opportunities to thrive. Social media has also changed how artists gain fans. BINI's viral moments on TikTok and YouTube have given them direct access to an international audience without relying on traditional media. But there's still one major challenge. The Philippines lacks the same industry infrastructure and government support that helped K-pop thrive. South Korea's music industry is strategically developed, with government-backed initiatives, tax incentives, and structured training systems that ensure long-term growth.
Actually, up until now naman guys, medyo limited pa rin po talaga yung support na binibigay ng government po talaga sa P-pop. This is just my own opinion na isa akong gumagawa or nanonood na po talaga, naging fan ng P-pop way back 2000 po talaga, no? 2000 taga hindi, way back 2020 po guys, no? Go up days pa lang po ng SB19, no? And up to this day, hindi ka pa po ganun nararamdaman yung suporta ng government. Correct me if I'm wrong lang, pero for me, na talagang ever since day one po talaga, no? Hindi ko pa po nakikita yung structure na sinasabi nga po niya na tulad ng sa K-pop na talagang suportado po talaga, no? So I think isa rin yun sa naging weakness ng ating bansa, no, dahil sa mga ganong klaseng support na kailangan
artists,
natin.
On the other hand, have had to rely mostly on private investments and fan-driven efforts.
Exactly, di ba? Kasi ang hirap sa atin, no? Kumbaga, actually kasi ako guys, isa akong mananayaw, no? And may time na dapat i-represent na po namin ng Philippines way back 2023, no? Kasi sa Body Rock Asia, which is Asia, dito po ginap yun, no? Parang competition po siya, Body Rock, international competition siya na Asia, Europe, yung 7 continents guys, no? Kung pipili doon ng tiga-3 representative, no? So sinuwerte yung sa Asia, dito po sa Pinas ginap, sa Soler po siya ginanap, no? And sinuwerte lang po guys na kami po, actually talagang pinaghirapan po talaga namin yun, no? Kami yung 3 magre-represent sana sa ibang bansa, no? Ng Asia, no? Okay, isa kami sa mga Philippine group na napili, no? Nag second place kami, and yun, gaganapin siya sa Las Vegas dapat. Kaso sad to say, no, ginawa namin lahat, nanghingi kami ng support sa government, kaso sobrang hirap. Ang hirap humingi ng tulong sa kanila. Ayoko na lang sabihin yung isang tao na to, mataas ang posisyon niya, and akala namin sa kanya kami makahingi ng tulong dahil po meron siyang background sa, pag sinabi ko to baka mag-guess yun may background siya sa ganun, no? Sa pagsasayaw, yun, and hindi kami nakuha ng tulong sa kanya, no? Which is ang humarap sa amin, hindi ko matandaan sinabi nila sa akin, pero parang driver yata niya or no? And then parang hindi kami hinarap, nanghingi kami ng tulong, ganyan, and ayun, wala nangyari that time. And sabi na iabot na lang yung letter, but up until now, actually tinigil na po talaga namin siya nung mga 3 months, 4 months, 5 months namin ine-effortan Hindi namin siya tinuloy dahil parang 1 month na lang noon is lilipad na kami. So, ramdam namin na hindi na po kaya, no? And wala kami nakuha suporta kahit feedback man lang sana na ganito. Wala, sabi nung driver or staff, iaabot daw. No? Pero hindi na siya ang hininga namin ng tulong. Marami po. Pero dito malaman na sobrang kulang po talaga suporta yung mga athlete natin. Ito yung mga ganitong klase mga nagtataguyod ng ating bansa, no? Ng suporta sa gobyerno po talaga, no? Masakit man isipin, masakit man sabihin sa akin to, pero susuportahan lang kayo ng gobyerno once na may ma-achieve po talaga kayo, no? Talagang hindi sila susuporta sa inyo from the start. Meron, I think, mangilan-ngilan, pero for us na hindi pa ganun kaputok yung pangalan, hindi kayo susuportahan yan. Susuportahan muna nila syempre yung mga kilala na, no? Parang gano'n. Kailangan gumawa muna kayo ng pangalan nyo, no? Di ba masasarap sa feeling na, alam mo yun, nagsisimula ka pala nga angat, susuportahan nila kayo, no? Pero wala, no? So, wala lang, yun lang. Isa lang yun sa mga sobrang sad reality po talaga ng ating bansa, no? Na kulang. Para sa akin, for me, yun po yung isa sa para sa akin, for me, yun yung isa sa mga major weakness po ng mga atleta, performers na nagre-represent po talaga ng ating bansa, no? Which is yung financial po talaga, which is yung lack of support po talaga na nanggagaling sa government, no? Yun lang. Sad.
These challenges in mind, can BINI finally be the group that breaks the cycle? The K-pop playbook and its risks. K-pop's global success wasn't an accident, it was a strategy. Multilingual training. K-pop groups release songs in Japanese, English, and even Mandarin to expand their reach. Diverse group members. Agencies debut groups with non-Korean members to appeal to international fans. An example of this is Blackpink's Lisa, who is from Thailand. Global collaborations. BTS and Blackpink only worked with Western artists after solidifying their fan base. But here's the risk. Many K-pop groups lost their original audience when they tried to go global. Wonder Girls left Korea to focus on the US market, only to lose momentum at home. Girls' Generation attempted to break into the US with an English album, but never gained lasting traction. This struggle isn't exclusive to K-pop. Even Little Mix, one of Europe's most successful girl groups, faced similar challenges. Despite dominating the UK and selling millions of records, they never had a true mainstream hit in the US. Their sound worked for their core audience, but without a massive shift in marketing, they struggled to crack America the way One Direction did. This raises the question, should BINI follow the Western market push? Or should they first establish dominance in Southeast Asia the way Little Mix did in Europe? One path has proven risky, while the other has led to sustained success. Which strategy makes the most sense for BINI? The Filipino path to global success. Number 1, own the Filipino sound.
May explain ako dyan.
Has the opportunity to create a sound that's distinctly Filipino, blending OPM, or original Filipino music, modern pop, and regional influences to craft something fresh. Number 2, leverage digital virality. Like SB19's breakout moment with Go Up, viral performances can introduce BINI's music to the world without needing Western label backing. Number 3, strategic collaborations. Working with regional stars in Southeast Asia or global producers could help BINI expand their reach organically. Number 4, expand regionally before going global. Rather than immediately targeting the US, BINI could dominate Southeast Asia first, just as K-pop groups did before their Western breakthrough. Could BINI be the first Filipina girl group to go truly global? Should they follow K-pop's model or carve their own path? And with the world paying more attention to non-Western artists, is this the right time for a Filipino girl group to take the stage? If BINI succeeds, they won't just make history for themselves. They'll open doors for future Filipino artists and prove that the world is ready for P-pop.
Thanks for watching. We've had the opportunity to meet and work with BINI both in Manila and Los Angeles starting back in 2022. So we've been huge supporters of their work. I even got to teach them some hip-hop moves as they taught me how to dance their song, Lagi. If you want to support One Down, visit our merch page and check out our Filipino Town tees. Be sure to subscribe to One Down and drop a comment. How do you think BINI should break into the global market? Thank you and see you in the next video.
Nice one. So, yun guys, no, doon muna tayo sa yung sinabi niya kanina guys. Ano ba yung sinabi niya? Wala na. So, balikan. Alam ko na. Yung strategy nila guys. No? For me, gusto ko yung ginagawang strategy ngayon ng BINI, no? Which is talagang, guys, for me Bini, kahit yung tanongin mo guys, kailan na po ang Bini, no? Siguro na sabihin natin, hindi naman totally lahat, no? Pero, grabe yung kasikatan na ngayon ng Bini, guys, no? Hindi sila yun to the point na Blooms lang yung nakakilala sa kanila. Pati po mga casual fans, sabihin mo yung Bini, kailan po yan. Sabihin mo lang po, kahit, actually guys, kahit po yung mga kakilala ko na, ano, na may edad na po talaga, guys, no? Talagang kailan po ang Bini, guys, no? Diba? And doon mo makikita, guys, yung, ano nila, yung, for me, yung success po talaga nila. Doon mo makikita po yung, ano nila, yung influence po talaga nila. No? Mapakita doon yung pinaka-influence nila eh. Like, alam mo yun, gusto ko yung pumutok yung Pantrophy ko, guys. Eh. Talagang, pag may concert sila, pinupuntahan silang mga lugar. Talagang, kahit hindi andun sa fandom na Blooms, kilala po talaga sila. No? Napakagaling ng Bini. Talaga, andun na po sila sa point na kailan na po talaga sa bansa natin. At the same time, doon naman sila sa Southeast, guys, no? And then, all over Asia, guys. And then, sunod yan, palaki ng palaki. Okay yung ginagawa nila, kumbaga step by step lang, no? Huwag yung biglang talon po sila, no? And isa pa na gusto ko sa kanila, yung music nila, guys, talaga is may nakuha na po nila yung music na gusto nila, no? Which is, yun nga, no? Yung bubblegum pop, no? Correct me if I'm wrong, bubblegum pop, pa. Search nga natin, baka mali ako. Wait lang. Okay, tama tayo, guys, oh. Bubblegum pop, no? Nakuha nila yung tunog nila, yung sound nila, no? So, may sarili silang identity na. Ito yung gusto ko sabihin, no? Talagang, ini-introduce talaga nila, which is P-pop music, Pinoy music po talaga, guys, no? And, ayun. I hope, guys, na mag-success ang Bini kasi ever since 2022, 2020, na nagsimula sila, I've been a fan, Coconut Days, to the point na yung kinukwento kanina, guys, yung competition sila ilihan namin, nag-guest po yung Bini palaro na, and na-meet ko sila, and then nakilala nila ako, Point of Heads, nakakatuwa, no? And panoorin niyo lang yun, no? Ang Point of Heads Body Rock Asia 2023 meets Bini yata, hindi ko maalala kung ano po yun, basta search nyo lang, may kita nyo po yun. And yan, na-meet ko sila, and sobrang sarap sa feeling. Hindi pa sila ganun kaano, guys, kaputukan kesa ngayon, no? Latest song nila yun, if I'm correct, Strings po yung pinaka-latest song nila that time. And sobrang fan na po ako ng Bini that time, even though na alam natin, wala po kahit yung mga kagrupo ko that time, actually sa backstage nun, guys, nung nag-stage rehearsal sila, bilang lang sa kadaliri ko yata, yung nanonood sa kanila, hindi naman sa daliri. Siguro sama mo na yun sa paa, guys. Ganun. Ganun lang siya, guys, no? Parang around 13 or 14 lang kami nanonood doon. Na yung iba is yung iba staff, yung iba mga dancers din na bumaba talaga para manood ng stage rehearsal ng Bini, no? Pero sobrang onte and sobrang sarap lang sa feeling, guys, nung nakita ko sila is kilala nila si Point of Heads, no? Uy, si Point of Heads, ganun sila na nakilala nila ako. Sarap sa feeling. So, yun lang. Panoorin nyo lang yan. Sobrang nakaka-excite. Naisip ko lang yung moment na excite na ako. So, ayan. Ayun, guys. Maraming salamat sa panood video. At the same time, kay One Down, no? Subscribe kayo. Napaka-solid ng channel niya and ng mga contents niya, no? So, yun. All credits po sa kanya yun. Pipa price lang, guys. So, this is Point of Heads signing out. Peace. Let's G.